Let's go. Let's get motivated, everybody. Let's get excited for the cryptolifer show, baby! Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for coming on in, baby. Had to get those likes up to 150. I wanted to get the energy going, baby. All right? How can you sit there and stare at a live stream and not hit that like button, not get it moving? Let's get it going. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. Did you wake up ready to go? Did you wake up ready to take your life by storm? Because nobody is going to do it for you. It's up to you. It's up to you. Let's put that lemon into the water. Let's get motivated. Let's get going, baby. Let's get going. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. Thank you for hitting that like button. Thank you for bringing the energy. Let's chug up that water. Let's go. Let's hydrate. Let's feel the energy. Let's feel the vibes. Let's go all the way to the top. Let's take a look at Bitcoin and find out what's happening with Bitty Bitcoin as we get into the morning. Adam, the only thing holding us down really in the entire ecosystem. Adam holding strong. We're going to talk about some gains that we did make in the trading group. You know, I didn't like Dot. Dot looked was in a nice flag, about to pump to the upside on the 1 hour time frame. Looked to make about 23% gains in the next couple days. Dot banged on him for 16.6% gains in 2 days. Shout out to anyone that jumped on into Dot for gains. Let me take a look at what Dot did here. So look, there's Dot's flag to the upside. I posted Dot's flag, Dot 3SY. Bitcoin was not looking too good, losing some support areas. Dot was in a nice flag. Dot had also pumped a little bit recently. I felt like there was kind of a lackluster pump that would have to come back down. We looked at Dot likely to break a move out of this channel. Bang, from the exact moment of the 200-day moving average, blasted to the upside. No stop loss was hit in the making of that trade for Dot. Dot would bang, 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 baby. Shout out to everybody here. Thank you for coming on in. Shout out to every single person here on the live. Thank you for being here. How many? We got 100 and 244 likes, 400 people. That's what I'm talking about. You guys are getting the likes ramped up so quickly. This is what I'm talking about. I love it. I love it. I love it. Loving the tunes, brothers. Shout out to Bazaar. NEER exploded. Was watching it last night, this morning. Then went to get the kids dressed, and boom. Let's take a look at NEER, a new coin that had just come out on KuCoin. I want to talk about the 10-year yield. This is government bonds of the 10-year. You can see when the bonds start to move to the upside, Bitcoin dumps. However, look at the bonds starting to get pretty high on the weekly time frame. Getting exhausted here. You know what I'm saying? 2-week chart actually says that the bonds still have some legs to go, which is interesting. But as you can see, when the bonds start to pump, Bitcoin starts to dump. And when the bond starts to dump, Bitcoin starts to pump. So we're seeing a direct correlation here for the U.S. Treasury bonds and Bitcoin. And we want to see the Treasury bonds begin to take a bit of a dump. We see bearish divergence on the Treasury bond. Swing up to swing up, swing down to swing down on the RSI. Interesting enough to me. Just wanted to juxtapose these two ideas in front of you so you can see something about the U.S. Treasury bonds with Bitcoin. All right. Hidden bullish divergence played out. Thanks for your teaching. 10K bottom. Who watched the screen share last night? And everybody, did we bottom? I'm going to just I've showed this to my team before, but if you're new and you're just jumping on in, who's new watching the channel? Who has never seen the channel before? Who has never watched the cryptolifer in action, baby? If you've never seen me in action, get ready. We're going to have a blast. We're going to have a lot. We're going to go through so much information in a 2-hour period. It's going to blow your mind. You're going to be like, wait, I know about this. I know about that. I know about so many different things in crypto that I never knew about before. Happy Friday, lifer. Chefs, get it done, baby. Banged on them. Chargers, Chiefs got it done. Oh, yeah, they did. It got close, though. It got close. You know, the Chargers don't look too bad, though. I mean, that man can slang it. And he also got banged out, and he came back in the game showing some mental toughness and some physical toughness by the quarterback there for the Chargers. New people here. Shout out. The content is fresh every day. Feels like me. First time, baby. Love it, love it, love it. This is the first time seeing you in this particular moment, right? Lifer, you are the best. Shout out to Jay Bella. Welcome, everyone. This is an amazing stream. Please stay for the knowledge and the best TA in the zone. Thank you so much. So first thing we want to do is look at Bitcoin. Everyone's worried about what Bitcoin is doing. Well, what did I talk about this morning? Well, I said it's likely that we bounce off 19,400. Why did I say that? Well, I noticed that that was our last resort area. Look, right here. Resistance, 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 resistance. We must bounce on there. So I made a yellow zone, and I said if we do fall out of this channel, I would likely see a bounce. You know, I would like to see us get a bounce here to the upside. The 15-minute is oversold, ready to move to the upside. And the 1 hour could be flipping for us back to the upside. The 4 hour is bullish, you know, with some momentum. Even though we got a bearish candle there, can we dig back up to the upside? I want to look at all these wicks. When you see that many wicks, you usually it's telling you there's buy pressure to the upside. I am long Bitcoin now, and I made it really clear. I've been long since about 19,670 area yesterday, and I'm continuing to stay long because of why? Because of this bullish divergence on the 4-hour time frame. Let me show you what I'm looking at here on Bitcoin on the 4-hour. And at the end of the day, if I was any type of trader, I would be a divergence trader. Why am I unable to move that? Oh, there it is. Still, it's strange. I should be able to move between those two, you can make them longer and bigger. Like that. See, if you hide on that, there you go. Right, this is the glitch. You get glitches sometimes in TradingView. You just got to refresh the page. But look, that's a swing to the upside here on the RSI. If you double click it, it's definitely an upswing, right? But we look here, and that's a downtrend. That is bullish divergence, hands down. Telling you that the trend will continue to the upside. We should get a bounce. We're also hanging out a POC. We're likely to bounce back to the upside here. I'm expecting a bounce up here to the top of the channel. I really am. And I'm long. We might get rejected here by 21,800. It's going to be a major resistance area. And we have major resistance right here at 20,800. So the 800s are going to be a big deal. We got to get through them in order to remain bullish. So if Bitcoin pops and we don't get a candle to close above 20,800, expect more downside. That would be a beautiful short to the downside. But why am I expecting a bounce to the upside? I've been watching this 22-hour time frame, which has been our bread and butter for nice bounces. Look, bounce, 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 bounce. Huge bounce. Only 2 little mini bounces here that didn't really work out of the last 10 or 15. All have been pretty nice bounces to the upside. So I'm looking for the 22-hour to give us some love to the top of the pattern here and to hold this high volume node to get us back in the zone. As long as we hold above 19,400, which was this resistance area right here, we are good to go. Okay, we are good to go. So I'm hugging on that zone. I'm hugging on that zone. Also, what I'm seeing here is a bit of, it's almost hidden bullish. It's not, I guess I can't call it hidden bullish yet. But if we can continue to go a little bit lower, there's a chance, I can't call it hidden bullish. But there's definitely bullish divergence on Bitcoin. I'm new to your channel. Shout out to Eric Teague. Thank you for jumping on it, Eric. We love you. I'm new here first time. Shout out to CM Jeff. I've been long since I came out of the womb, my man. Shout out to Crypto DeFi in the house. And what we try to do is we try to meet you. We try to get to know you. All the other channels just kind of breeze by the chat. We don't do that. We try to really bring you into the stream. Like, look at this new guy here, Eric Teague. Eric, we love you, man. Everyone, tell Eric we love him. He's new to the stream. Say, hey, Eric, we love you. And a lot of people have never experienced love like this. I always typo. There's a lot of love here. And why? Because love is the strongest frequency in the world. I live in love every single day of my life. I wake up with gratitude. I say I love to my wife, love to my kids, love to my mother and father, love to my neighbor, love to anybody that my eyes see. Because I live in love, because I'm filled with love, because God has possessed me with the beauty of love, baby, and I just love it. Look at all the people saying, Eric, we love you. Hey, Eric, Eric, when's the last time you came to a live? And everybody wished you hello, said hi, said we love you, man. Ready to rock, Eric. Ready to rock. This is the group you want to be in. This is the team that you could grow from. We believe in you. We love you. We want to see you move at the speed of light. And why is love important? When a child is loved and has a loving house, that child can focus and learn and begin to grow. When a child's in a house full of screaming and pain and anguish, that child has a hard time learning. We are all God's children. We are all children trying to learn. So, if you can live in love, you're going to have better focus. If you have better focus, you're going to be more successful in life with trading, with anything that comes your way. So, I'm establishing a high frequency for you so you can bring that into any part of your life and let it just flow through into the way you live. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. So, I am calling a bounce for Bitcoin. All right? 1 hour time frame flipping, 15-minute flipping. I'm calling a bounce on the divergence for BTC. However, we can bounce all we want. We must get above the resistance levels. First resistance area that we must crush through is 19,900, 19,008. If Bitcoin does not close a candle in the next 2-3 hours, 4 hours really, above this zone in this circle, expect more downside. Bearish retest or something of that nature. So I'm open-minded to anything. I'm not a bear. I'm not a bull. I'm long-term bullish on Bitcoin. I'll make that clear if you're just jumping on in. I'm long-term bullish on Bitcoin. Get that 528, 528 hertz coming through with the love, baby. Coming through with the love. I'm new and I don't know what is a lot of things in your chart. Can you explain? El Montes. Also, I do a beginner's course every single Tuesday. A lot of people don't realize that because a lot of guys will just throw stuff at you and talk. The last Saturday of every month and the first Tuesday of every month, I do a beginner's course. I would love to see you in that beginner's course. I would love to see you in there. Sam, I love your energy. It's the best. I basically only follow you, CVO, Magic, Internet Money, because the energy is impeccable. Shout out to the Kardashian. Thank you for jumping on in. Especially buying an extreme fear. Lifer, what's your stop loss at? Stop loss is somewhere below the next low here. 1850, 18,500. And again, you find your own stop loss. Figure out where you're sitting at. Shout out to the cryptolifer gang. New here today, just found you. Glad I did. Love you too. Shout out to Jonathan Sadal, man. I love the people coming into the live. I love the energy here. Every single day I come and I show up because I know beautiful, awesome people are going to show up to the live every single day. Our TA is also pretty spot on. So it's one thing if we talked about love all day and then we lost every trade. You know what I mean? But we talk about love all day and we still try to hit it for you consistently. We're showing you the divergence very, very strongly here. That is a very strong divergence. If you haven't seen, I mean, it's obvious to me that is bullish divergence. Can we maintain and break back to the upside is the question out of this falling wedge. Again, we must break the resistance here at about 20,500, 20,006 to remain bullish. There's my circle. Come on, Bitcoin. Can we get moved back up to the 200-day moving average? All right. We did it on the daily here, which I found interesting. Last time we were away from the 200. We double bottomed here. We pumped up to the 200. We're getting close to the 200 again. What happens, what I see a lot, is this daily will flip, will pump. And whenever the 21 and the 200 get this far apart, even when we're in a bear market, we like to come back and touch this 21, the 200. And then we can dump again. But we're likely to come back up to the 200 simple moving average. The 200 simple, all right? Now, this is not clickbait. Did we bottom is the question. Another thing I want to talk about is bull markets start when we get above the 200-day moving average. I want to see if Bitcoin can make bacon on the beach here. Here's another thing. See, there's the 200 right there. There's the 50. The 50 is about to cross the 200. That is a golden cross. Now, we've had a few already. We had one right there. Look when we had one. A nice pump to the upside. Came back down. If we get this golden cross again, it's pushing to the idea that we will get a move to the upside. Measure move is the length of this triangle, the base of this triangle to the upside here. That would give you about a $28,000 BTC. Who would like to see $28,000 Bitcoin? I would love to see it. Who would like to see a $10,000 Bitcoin? I would love to see that too. You know why? Because then I'd get way more Bitcoin than I ever thought possible. Bang, bang, bang. Thank you, ma'am. If you've been in the trading group this week, we didn't hit tons of gains this week. This week was tough, but we hit a massive move in Pastel. I found Pastel in this giant double bottom. Learn what a double bottom is with me. And if you're in my trading group, I was looking at this and I said, man, this looks likely to break to the upside. PSL, and look how nicely and neatly we give you these charts. Pastel, exchange KuCoin. You can even join right there if you want to join KuCoin. We give you the link to join it right away. It was in a falling wedge with a 68% chance of a break to the upside. The 4-hour Stokes were pushing up with momentum. The daily was also oversold. I was waiting for the 1 hour to become oversold for the entry. Potential profit was 103% gains out of PSL. And then you can take a look at the chart the way we had it there, and I had it right there. You know what I'm saying? Stop loss below the previous low. And do you see it? The double bottom, right? I'm calling this out for 103% gains. And then we click our fingers so fast and furious. Boom. And look at that. Bang, bang, bang. PSL for massive gains to the upside. I wonder if I could actually, if I move I got an idea for you, Porta. I'm going to move myself to the middle here. And you can do it. Watch. And I'm going to put this above me. And this is going to be great for you. Check this out. Maybe we could do this a few more times over for you. So here, I'm going to move this. I'll shrink myself a little bit. There we go. Hi, my name is Sam Price, crypto trader, cryptolifer. And I go live every single day, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., Monday through Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. And look at this. I go over live coins all the time on my live stream, but I also go over coins on my Discord, and I scan the market for the best possible setups that I can find. I found PSL in what was called a double bottom. Boom, 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 boom. See? One bottom, two bottoms. That's a double bottom. Yes. Double bottoms tend to break up 68% of the time. They're a very bullish pattern. This is also a falling wedge that breaks up 68% of the time. You're also hitting a POC, which is a point of control on the VRVP. Watch me snap my fingers and watch what happens to PSL. Boom. PSL would blast up over my target of 103%, almost all the way to 152%. Unbelievable. PSL still holding gains of over 100% where it is now. Not even a pump and dump. That's not something that went up and came all the way back down. That's something that went up strong and held its foundational support. This thing is banging on them to the upside. If you like gains like this, if you like to learn how to find gains like this for yourself, forget someone feeding you gains. You need to find out how to get gains like this yourself. Come to the live stream every single day where I educate you and give you every single thing I have to get you to find double bottoms like this to bang on you for 100% gains in a bear market. By the way, where am I? I'm on YouTube, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. every single day, Monday through Friday, Saturday and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Also follow me on TikTok, Twitter, and the Rampant. I'm all over social media. Cryptolifer, baby. I'll see you there. All right. That was cool. I got excited. I got the energy vibing. I'm vibing right now. You can tell I'm vibing. Let's get that energy back up. Let's get it moving, baby. Shout out to each and every one of you. Anyone can teach you TA, but can they get you motivated? Can they get you going? Can they have infectious energy that God has entrusted in them to move forward at the speed of light, to push all the time for the goodness and the greatness? I love you all. Let me give myself some headroom there. Getting cut off on my head. Don't cut my head off there. Let me move back into the zone. There we go. And follow me, please, at TikTok, at Instagram, at The Real Cryptolifer. Also, Instagram, shout out to BitBoy. Look, I watch BitBoy's channel, look, with 470,000 followers, right? And I take a look, and who's on the BitBoy channel but the lifer? You want to go to the house with the most candy. You skip the houses with no candy. Cool, funny concept for beginners to understand the VRVP. The liquidity is going to go find the house with the most candy bars. It's not going to hang out at these people who are only giving Hershey kisses. So it's skipping these areas because it wants to come and get filled. So it's very likely you bounce. You want to go to the house with the most candy. You skip the houses with no candy. That's so cool to go on a big Instagram channel and see your face. Shout out to BitBoy. Shout out to the whole team, the Bit Squad. You people are so blessed and nice to me. Very, very nice. Shout out to Ben. Hope everything's going well with your 2-week vacation. I should do something like that. He's been 2 weeks without the internet, camping. Pretty good idea, man. I would actually love to do that. So I can't wait. I can't wait. I got too many people I got to take care of, baby. I got too many people I got to take care of. Trick or treat, baby. I know where to find the candy, fam. Sam gives out lemons at Halloween. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. So I am predicting a bit of a bounce. However, I don't care what a YouTuber or anyone you say gives you probabilities. Probabilities don't matter if you can't get above resistance. I mean, right now you have heavy resistance at 19,893. Can't seem to get above it. 19,800. If you can't close a candle in the next few hours above that, I'd expect to short the market. Look, this is also looking somewhat head and shoulder-esque. Like, you know, it's three peaks. It's not perfect, but it's definitely 3 peaks. And it's got me a little feeling, you know, it's not the best. Second day in the group, and the energy, the love, and the help, and all the education material is astonishing. Thanks. The world is ours. You can do anything you want. If I'm behind you, with good people behind you, you can do anything you want. And God's behind you. I'm behind you. We're all behind you. Don't forget Quad Witching Friday. What is that? What is the Quad Witching Friday? Someone told me about Witching Friday. What does that mean? I used to be a backcountry guide. Let's go. A lifer backpacking expedition would be lit. Dude, that would be so awesome. You don't get to the house with no candy. You sounded so gangster even though you were talking about candy. Nice job. It's so funny, man. All the others expiring today. All the options. Oh, yeah. Where are we headed? DXY is not crashing. It's moving back into the bull flag. We'll take a look at DXY for my man and see what's happening in the market for sure. So we hit massive gains this week. I just want to make it clear. And my elite team hit massive gains too. Shout out to Rainier. Shout out to Stack. Shout out to JD. Shout out to Calderonster. Shout out to everybody in the group. Okay, we got some articles I wanted to discuss real quick if we could, if we may. Biden's executive order produces few answers in crypto reports from the U.S. Treasury. After 6 months, the federal government's review of crypto world hasn't yet offered a roadmap. It's 6 months. They said they were going to do a great report and give us back. Crypto firms have been eagerly awaiting a series of U.S. reports they hoped would clarify what the administration intended to do about digital assets. But most of the documents are out now and the picture remains murky. So they did nothing. They gave us nothing. There was no information. Another Titanic question was whether the U.S. will issue a central bank digital currency. The reports offered some ideas and suggested the Federal Reserve continue its ongoing CBDC research. They want to turn on and off your money. This is it. They don't want to give you access to your own funds. They want you to be a minion. It's just kind of what it is. I'm not going to let us become minions. No way. And if I have to run for office, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do whatever it takes to protect each and every one of you. I'm telling you right now, until I die, until they remove me from this earth, I will do every single thing I have to protect the American way, the freedom of our country, each and every one of you, everyone around the world, really. I will protect love at all costs. To me, love is the most important thing, and we must protect love at all costs. If you can't love someone else with full love inside your heart, I don't know, man, it's just like, you got to find a way to teach people how to love, man. It's so important. Quadruple witching is 4 contracts closing for Q3. Index futures, index options, stock futures, stock options. Happens only 4 times a year, I believe. Cryptolifer for president. I just heard it there. He said it. I didn't say it. 0. Cryptolifer for president. Thank you. Yes, eating bugs in our cave, our little 10 square meter apartment. I know, right? You will have nothing and be happy. You know what I mean? You will have nothing and be happy. Crypto lender Voyager bankruptcy auction begins. Crypto lender Voyager Digital, which at present bankrupt, has begun its auction in New York. The venue for auction is at Midtown office of investment bank Modus. See, they're gonna, man, isn't that crazy? The parasites are gonna suck, and they're gonna dismantle this company and take pieces of it. It's just crazy what happens in the crypto, in just like the overall conglomerate business space, right? Jamie said, you don't go on enough vacations to become the president. So funny. No, wait. Forget that nonsense. If I hear one more person say you will have nothing and be happy, they're getting a... You're so funny, man. Love is another answer, bro. Love is the answer. Love is the answer. You don't go on enough vacations to be president. That's hilarious. Shout out to everybody here on the live. How many people we got? 650 people, 377 likes. Can I get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. It would be so nice of you. Thank you very much. Follow me on Twitter at cryptolifer33. Thank you. We're about to hit 8,000 followers on Twitter. I'd appreciate it. Nantucket is trending. Martha's Vineyard. You know, I'm from Martha's Vineyard. People don't know that, but I was, basically lived there most of my life. My parents live there now long term. And so when those people got dropped off there, that was close to home. I'm going there this weekend. So if you guys want to see me do a report about it, maybe I'll meet one of the migrants but I'm supposed to be going to Martha's Vineyard this weekend. I don't know if I'm going maybe next weekend. We got to figure it out, but just crazy. So that's very close to home. That article, all that happening right in my backyard. Insanity. And honestly, there is no housing for people in Martha's Vineyard. There's no housing for the regular workers. It's one of the hardest places to find housing. It's all rich people. It's full of the richest people in the world with millions of dollars. So, you know what I mean? Man, my dad got a house there in the 1970s when no one really went there. And he was an iron worker, and he bought a very modest house in the middle of the woods. So even when I said people, I had a house in Martha's Vineyard, people thought I was loaded. Not even the case. My dad was an iron worker. My mom was a school teacher. I was not born with a silver spoon. I met people with silver spoons, and I saw how they lived, and that sparked an energy in me to go after something great in my life, right? So far, we are getting the bounce on the 15-minute time frame. And how do you suppose that is? Well, at the end of the day, you got this, and the volatility again. You got this falling wedge that just broke to the upside. And I'm going on the bullish divergence on the 1 hour time frame. See? That's triple bullish, too. It's very strong bullish divergence. Very, very strong. It defended 19,450 with a bounce earlier this morning. We got back above a high volume node. Can we continue to move? Yeah, nobody's whining at the vineyard. That's not true. I cover Cosmos all the time. I cover Cosmos every day. Cosmos is one of my biggest holdings. I love Cosmos. Actually made a whole video about how how big Atom was and how much I loved Atom just 4 or 5 days ago. Spent a lot of time on Atom, actually. If we go here to the videos, I just like calling people out. They say stuff, but it doesn't make sense. CPI data, when was the day? Bounce. So see if I can get lucky there. Resistance, 109.65 area. I'd like to see. That was a Bitcoin day, heavy Bitcoin. Someone else was paying. Ooh, that was when I was ripping my mic apart. That's why I don't use that service anymore that I used Anyway, I spent like a 5-minute, 10-minute talk about Atom and why I like Atom, what Atom does, and why Atom's going to be a big deal, why it's an interoperable hub amongst other blockchains. Atom's not your average bag, baby. Average something different. I'm looking at ASTR. You might want to write this down. 4-hour time frame in a falling wedge, battling this POC. If it can hold above this POC, it's likely to head at least to the next one, at least. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I got something in the background going on here. Sorry about that. So I'm looking at ASTR. Also just simply got added, I believe, to Binance or Binance US. Got added recently to a new exchange as well. That's a bit of a cup and handle. It could bounce to the upside. I'm just looking at ASTR. It's on my radar. I'm nice enough to give it to you. I could have just said nothing at all. Let's take a look at Atom. And we'll take a look at Atom here on KuCoin or Binance. Doesn't matter. And I've been looking at Atom for a breakout. Look at this. And it is starting to make a move. It barely broke out, though. Look at that. Barely broke out. And I had Atom in this bigger falling wedge and a giant falling wedge. See this? The thing about Atom is it's oversold in the 3-day. Overbought on the 3-day. Getting a little too high there. Daily is trying to flip on us and give us some moves to the upside out of this channel. And actually, the daily is just getting started. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw 50% gains for Atom up to 23. All right, that's my next target for Atom. 4 hours oversold. So you have to say, like, you're going to, like, sit in this channel, likely to come back down to the bottom of the channel. Take a look at our 1-hour time frame. Indecisiveness. So you have heavy resistance right now for Atom at about 1675, 1729. I'll call it, yeah, 1650 really is a big area you need to get back above. Market as a whole seems to be breaking out right now. Let's take a look at LUNC. Terra Classic, which we were looking at yesterday. Did we get a bit of a move to the upside? We went over it numerous times. I mean, we nailed it for 16%. Gave it all back and then hit it again for another 17%. It's interesting. I guess a total of 20% since we first looked at it. See that divergence? We came down, we bounced yet again off of that area. Hidden bullish divergence on LUNC. And I keep looking at it on the daily. The daily takes time to play out. You'll see a bullish daily. It'll take time to play out. Look how oversold that daily is. That is some hidden bullish divergence there. We are bouncing off the golden pocket. That's the golden pocket for the Fibonacci level. I mean, if this doesn't pop, I'd be a little surprised. It's like highly likely that this is going to make some gains. I already took a little bit out of it, but I'm watching for the big payoff, baby. 50, 60, 70, 80% gains coming out of LUNC. I would watch LUNC very, very closely. Falling volume with falling price. Hidden bullish divergence. Touching the the golden pocket, the 0.65 and the 0.618. And that's a Fibonacci level right there that you may want to pay attention to. All right. Send in a super chat for a TA and deep dives. Please. It would be the nicest thing you could do. Shout out to the $11 in chat revenue. Whoever sent that $11.99, thank you so much. It's probably Stanford Mine, LLC, and who else? Much appreciated to you and yours. Thank you for being here. All right. And you can see Marv is working hard. What is Marv? What is Marv doing? Who is Marv? Marv White. Marv is the computer. The AMD Radeon 6800 Pro, baby. Banging on them to the upside. I love this computer. I found out that I can change the computer's colors. It had 2 buttons on them. I can touch the buttons and the LED colors change. It's actually really cool. I know you don't. Look at this. This is really cool. Hold on. So you can see here, if I touch these buttons on the side, look, now it's blue. Now it's green. Now it's, and I can even touch this button and it'll do like this. Now it's doing like these crazy colors. Like it does all sorts of movement. It does like a light show. I think it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. I love this computer. It's so cool. And you can tell me I'm super excited about it. I talk about it almost every show. Hey, you guys get to know me. I'm on my live. I'm going to show you TA, but I'm also going to show you a little bit about who myself. If you want to learn about other human beings, jump on in. But there we have it, man. The AMD, baby. Look at that thing. And that's how the show runs, man. That's how the show is banging on them with that AMD graphics card, killing it. Invest in yourself, invest in your companies, invest in your businesses. Reinvest and reinvest, you know. Follow me at cryptolifer33. We want look, we're so close to getting 8,000 followers. 18 more people, we get to 8,000 followers. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. XRDC, I've never heard of that. What is XRDC? Buy XRDC, XR Doge Classic. Funny how Twitter lets these random Pieces of garbage coins just take over Twitter. It's so strange, right? Kanye West tells Gap he is terminating their partnership. I didn't even know he had one. I thought he made his own clothes. I like what Layla said. The problem with fiat central banks, the problem with fiat is central banks can change monetary policy. Ethereum is better because, oh, wait, never mind. So funny, right? I think that's hilarious, you know. But again, I mean, just shout out to the Bit Squad for throwing me on their Instagram. That's very nice. To see my face on their Instagram, so cool. Nice people, man. Really, really good people. Shout out to TJ. Shout out to BJ. Shout out to TZ, DZ. Shout out to their whole crew, man. Crypto Taco and everyone there. So look, Bitcoin's struggling. 19,800 is going to be a resistance now. That's a bit of a shoulder, head, and a shoulder there, and we can't seem to get above 19,008. Waiting for the 1 hour to reset. 50-minute does trying to push to the upside, but we're not getting above resistance. Not a good sign. Could definitely roll over to the downside here if we can't get above 19,800. Bulls desperately need to get above this zone to remain even somewhat bullish so we can get to 20K. And we can battle this POC right now. Really, less liquidity down here than up here. It's more likely we head up to the higher places of liquidity so we can get busy. You know what I mean? Didn't Crypto Taco lose a lot? He said he did lose it. He didn't lose it all. He said he lose some of it. He didn't lose it all, though. Morning, kiddos. Did Crypto Taco? No. Yes, you can download the software to change colors according to your choice. It's really cool. RGB. So cool. So amazing. I think I do have that software, too. You know what I mean? Then I got the Atom timestamp here, where I'm going thoroughly into Atom. I mean, this is beautiful. If you watch my channel, talked about it, or went over these things with me, this is how I trade, you know? I was all about Atom, and I researched it. Tell you how much I like Atom, why I like Atom, what it does. Atom's amazing. Atom is amazing. It is. It's now a time to be in a 3S or 3L tokens, Bitcoin 3S. Also, brother, you look very sharpish. Sharp, stay away from my wife. Haha, love you, Sam. You look sharp. Stay away from my wife, man. The ladies love Cool J, man. The ladies love Cool J. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Is there a head and shoulders on the 1 day for Bitcoin? Still learning and studying how to read charts. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Just trying to be better. Hey, I like how you said that, though. You didn't come in with the aggressive, hey, this is what I see. Guaranteed to move. You know, you were like, hey, I don't know. You know, Luna C looks good to me. We're going to focus on it. And if it doesn't play out, it doesn't play out. It's still sitting in the high probability place. Cheers with Adam. Great coin to know on the scalps, for sure. So this man said, is there a head and shoulders on Bitcoin on the daily time frame? We'll look at Bitcoin all-time history index. And I guess what people are looking at on the daily, is this a possible head and shoulder? I think people are trying to make this. And, you know, I mean, it's 3 peaks. This peak is lower than the other peak. I mean, that is a head and shoulder pattern, in my humble opinion. That can break you to the downside for sure. However, they don't always break down, right? 68% of the time they break down. Another 32 they do not. Another 32 they do not break to the downside. So, yeah, I mean, that you gotta heed that. That is definitely interesting, and anything is possible. The daily still has downward momentum too, which could easily take you all the way down to 13,300. That is the measured move of this head and shoulder pattern. So I must say, yes, I mean, that is a head and shoulder. I'm open-minded. You have to see it. Hey, Sam, it is true that the Black Swan events make TA useless, or is there still value in TA when Bitcoin goes through its first recession? Honestly, what people don't realize is Bitcoin was built for the recession. Like, don't you realize that a country is going to get scared and their money's going to fall so bad they're going to jump into Bitcoin? Then another country is, then another country is. Don't you all realize that that inflation and the recession is what we want for Bitcoin? That Bitcoin will eventually shine? Like, you all think Bitcoin will continually to go down every single time all the world markets go down? Don't you think Bitcoin will eventually rise out of the markets? I mean, I guess some people just jump into Bitcoin because they're trading stocks and they heard Bitcoin's cool and they think it's something that can make them some money. I'm in here to change my life forever. I'm in here to put my money in the best wealth holding asset in the world. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. You do whatever makes you happy. But look, this is so funny to me. Bitcoin and Bitcoin was a penny. The dollar was $1, and they started a race. all right? The race went, and Bitcoin was 10 cents, and the dollar was still ahead. And then Bitcoin was 50 cents, and the dollar was still ahead. And then Bitcoin hit $1, and they were neck and neck. Then Bitcoin went to $2, $3, $4, $5, $6. Bitcoin now went all the way to 70K. I mean, it has outpaced the dollar thousands of times beyond, even if it retraces to 3K. It's 3,000 above where it started at less than a penny. How did Bitcoin beat up on the dollar? The same way it's going to continue. The monetary systems and policies which they've created will continue to feed Bitcoin energy. Bitcoin will continue to grow. You'll see big spurts and some pullbacks. Big spurts and some pullbacks. But in the long term, Bitcoin will be going to the upside. All right, you have to understand these concepts. You have to realize where Bitcoin really is in comparison to the world. 10 years is not that long. If you're 20 years old, it's a long time. When you're 40 years old, it's less. How about Ergo double bottom? Interesting. We'll take a look at that in a second. That looks like a little dude falling. Like, funny, right? Like he fell on his butt. Believe me, I'm open-minded. Anything could happen to Bitcoin. Always stay open-minded. Did we bottom? I'm going to show you some ideas why I believe we've bottomed. And I've shown this before, but we have some new people on the stream. How many new people? Right now, you got to write new. Be like, I'm the newbie. I'm a newbie. I'm a newbie. I'm a newbie. I'm a newbie. Right? Newbie 33. I want you to write newbie 33 or new. New 33, newbie 33. I want to see how many people write new. Vest is clean look. Stay up. Shout out to Matt S. Newbie. All right, we got some newbies in the house. All right, so check this out. If you're a newbie, we're going to blow your mind. We're going to blow your mind right now. All right, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the Pi cycle. All right, we're going to look at Pi cycle chart for Bitcoin. We're going to hit the logarithmic chart. We're going to go to the weekly. We're going to show you this is Bitcoin in its complete life cycle with the stock to flow that I took away. But every time the Pi cycle crosses, we call ourselves a bit of a top. Whenever the green line and the red line get really far apart and we're in the blue, we've normally hit our bottom. Now, normally you do not fall out of the blue zone. We have here today, we're getting rejected by the blue. A little bit of a weird thing. However, we've fallen out here before. We've fallen out a little bit, a few times there. But it's more, normally we usually don't fall out of this logarithmic cycle. However, that's not the key thing that I'm pointing out. The key thing I'm pointing out is how likely we are at a bottom. We bottom when these get really far apart. They really don't get much further apart than they are right now. You see this? Very, very rare. To me, it's a scream that Bitcoin has bottomed at 17,005. All right? This is a very, very accurate indicator. It called the top here. It called the top here. Exactly. Yeah, we had our secondary top, but that really was an inflationary. They printed so much money, they created a fake top, in my humble opinion. You can go up here too, and you can go to indicators, type in Pi cycle. We're going to add the bottom by Tondi. And now we have the bottom and the top indicator. We're going to take away the top indicator for a split second. We're going to just look at just the bottom indicator. What I'm going to do is I'm going to enhance this too a little bit with the style. I just make them a little thicker to see. All right. So look, whenever the red line crosses I'm colorblind, red, green. So I have to look, they go back and forth. I hate to say that. But look, when the red cross below the green, that's your bottom right there. Done. You see what I'm saying? We cross the green right there. That's our bottom. All right. And you'd be like, how could you just use one indicator called the bottom? I mean, this thing's been right 2 times in a row. Only 2 times, I know. But it's also called the top both times too. Been highly accurate, this indicator. All right, so that's one indicator. Just one. That's just one. All right. That's just one. Let's continue. We're not going to stop there. All right. Now I'm going to just put on my regular, my 800. Now I've been showing this for a while too. I've showed this on BitBoy. I showed this on any channel I could. We go to the daily time frame, and we have this 800-day moving average, which nobody really has access to. I haven't seen anyone talk about. I got it from I can't even say who I got it from, but an intelligence, someone that does serious, whatever, just do the math. Think KGB, but in the US. So look, the 800 crossing the 50, crossing the 100, crosses the 200. And right there is where we find our bottom here when the 800 crosses the 50-day moving average. By the time we hit the 200, we have made our way out of the bottom. Okay? You can't say you think. Don't use the word think when you're talking about a bottom. You got to use facts here. Every time we cross the 50-day moving average in the 800, we have bottomed again for Bitcoin. Now we may dwindle. It doesn't mean it's all gravy. We play games, but eventually we're going to get a push up. Eventually we're going to move back through the liquidity zones, and we're going to make our move. By the time we cross the 200, we had made our secondary high, and we were good to go. The pi cycle indicators are not fake. They called the top last time. I used them, and they were directly perfect. So I completely disagree. I don't think it's fake. And, you know, we'll see in the future, but I simply disagree because I've seen it call the top 2 times now, and it's been right. Look, regardless, if you think it's fake, then it's fake. I don't think it's fake, so it doesn't really matter to me. It's just like if I like fish, if I like cod and I go get cod tonight and you don't, I'm going to eat cod tonight. You're not going to eat cod. I don't really care if someone else doesn't think something that I don't think. Really doesn't really bother me at all. So look, the 800-day moved across the 500, the 50. Again, our bottom came. By the time we crossed, we had a higher low. You know? Also, you can see this inverted head and shoulder here. Clear as day. And wants to break back to the upside. All right? I saw a clip of McAfee alive. Where? When? How? We have always retraced 85% in the last 3 bear markets, and we have not hit that yet. Yes, we have. That's a lie. That's a lie because look, this was where we topped out. Right here. Okay? That's where we topped out. Watch this. If that's where we topped out, we've done a 74.3% retracement. All right? Now, look at you're trying to say, look at the last rally we retraced. 84% retracement, all right? And the thing is, with money printing, I don't know if we'll retrace as much as we used to because they've printed so much money. So because here you didn't have as much money getting printed, so how could you retrace if they continue to print more money and continue quantitative easing? You get it? You got to be able to change your brain. You can't just say, oh, the last 10 years it did this. You got to be able to be progressive. Like, you got to be able to bring other math into the situation. Kind of look at what you're looking at in a little more of an open-minded state, right? And I'm not guaranteeing a bottom. I'm just giving you the oscillator so you can make your own decision. It's completely for you to make your decision whether we have bottomed or not. So both times 85%. So that means we have to go 85 now. I disagree with that statement. I think it's more of like, what do we touch? Like, do we go near a 200? What moving averages do we placate on? You know what I mean? And honestly, wait, let's see it. If we did take this retracement from the top, you'd say we have an 86%, which would put us at a $9,500 Bitcoin. Easily could happen. Easily, and that would bring us back to our last level of heavy liquidity. There's so many people with orders down here hoping they can get filled. Look at this. So much liquidity down here. It is likely we could tap it. If we tap it, we could tap it quickly. I can appreciate what you're saying. I just wanted to point out that we have not hit 85% yet for backtesting. I'm open-minded. Anything can happen. Exactly. Could miss. The way you said it was it had to happen. Now you change it to open-minded. You always want to be open-minded when you speak. You don't want to get caught up in these like guarantees. Has to be. This is what it is. That's, you know, that's how you get that. A lot of politicians do that, and they end up putting their foots in their mouth. You know. Just be real. We're not at the bottom. I'll be honest, man. There's going to be a day where I'm going to literally just buy a whole Bitcoin and say that I believe we're at the bottom. And then everyone's going to be like, it just seems those who don't understand TA are the ones who go about telling TA guys that they're wrong. If you're so sure about your theories or other YouTubers, why are you here? You're so funny. Like I said, I don't call Sam out on nothing because 99% of the time he's right about crypto. I personally been in the space since 2017, but I know Sam has been in longer than myself. In this correction, I don't think the charts will tell us the bottom. It's about the socioeconomic issues of the world. Nope, wrong. Show me the charts and I'll show you the news. See, again, when you start thinking the socioeconomics, that's someone who will trade on news. So basically, you'll trade on news, ups and downs. You don't want to do that. That's going to get you rocked and wrecked. You don't want to be doing that. Just buy some every week and forget about it. I don't buy it every week. I buy it on the best weeks, baby. I buy it on the lows. Do your own research and respect the ones trying to teach. Don't be so bullheaded. Exactly. All the respect to you for daily showing up for us. Thank you so much. I don't trade with leverage, but I do DCA all the way down, baby. I've been in for 3 years. It definitely could be the bottom. Wrong, bro. The charts tell us the news. Exactly. The charts tell you what's going to happen. The charts tell you what's going to happen. I mean, that's an inverted head and shoulder for Bitcoin. 68% chance it's going to break to the upside. Look. I'm going to blow your mind right now. All right? I am. Watch this. Remember when Bitcoin dumped and everyone said that we were going to 100K? The same people telling me that we're not at the bottom are the same people telling me that we're going to 100K. Same people right now. The same people saying that we did not bottom are the same people saying that we didn't go to, we're going to go to 100K. You see what I'm saying? So look at the shoulder, head and shoulder here. Let's flip this upside down. That would have been the bottom there. Okay? So this is no different than this. This is no different than this. Let me do that again. This is no different than this. If you can have a head and shoulder dump you, you can have an inverted head and shoulder pump you. You can't have it both ways. You can't say this head and shoulder was going to dump us to the downside, we're going to make it, and say this head and shoulder can't pump us to the upside. See what I'm saying? Am I tripping you out yet? All right. Now, there's no guarantees in trading. That's the issue. The smart trader knows that you can never say guarantee, because the second you do that, you'll position yourselves without a backdoor. You always have to have a backdoor plan. You always have to be like, all right, I'm going in this way, but if they don't come in, I'm going that way. He may have heard Garrick Soloway for that. I'm educated by him 15 years ago, but Sammy is better, in my humble opinion. This dude said he was educated by Garrick Soloway, but he gives me the stamp up on. That's what he said, though. That's what he said. I love Gareth. I have no issues. I've shared the screen with Gareth. What a beautiful person. But this man says that, in my opinion, he likes my skills better. Luna C is starting to move again. I had a pretty poor win rate until I found Sam. It's no longer poor. I wouldn't question him. Shout out to J2, man. Love that. I wish 3 months I had found Sam. I would be filthy rich by now. Shout out to Scotty Swing. Gareth is dope. Gareth is legit. Stop. Sam, stop hurting the Bears' feelings. They sound so triggered in the comments. What was the top bottom band chart you had up before the 800 AMA? That's the bicycle logarithmic chart. You saw the big short in the margin call 2011. It's crazy how many people come in here talking BS. I don't know, bro. Drives me nuts when stupid people act stupid. And I don't even want to use that word. Everyone is wonderful. Everyone is fresh. This is good. This is controversy. We want people to get shaken up, especially in a bear market. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not. Yes, it is. And that's why today I woke up. I was like, you know what? Let's start it. Sam Price TA to the upside. Shout out to Juan Paguada. I'm a bear, but I am not bitter. Ooh, he is a bear, though. We do have a bear, Zabadoo Bear. We have a Zabadoo Bear here. Mr. Zabadoo Bear. Greetings from Jordan, man. Keep it up. Shout out to my man, Nasir. I love you all. After taking the beginner's course, what's my next steps? I would join the trader group immediately and jump on into the learning library. I would join the trading group and jump right into the learning library immediately. I would also start doing the homework that I gave you immediately. I would start posting the homework to people here in the learning TA question. Say, are my divergences correct? I spent last night doing a bunch of stuff, you know. I get skittish trading my new listing. Forget when I was on homework, yeah. This morning my list was 4, then Lifer, then Rainman kept pounding the workload. I gotta up my game. I lost 65K and I'm still here. I'm a dog in a diaper. I'm a direction agnostic. Just make me some money. I love you, man. Technically, he didn't lie. I still have to join the group. Cons work, your privacy coins are hot and are righteous. I'm in a bear market. I'm a bull after the halving. Funny. I'm a so-sheesh. I don't know what that means. Sam is the man. 3 weeks of my demo trading account is up 14K. Join today. Look, 3 weeks of his demo trading account is up $14,000 using things that he learned for the trading group. No, he just said Bitcoin will recover faster, you know, so we will dump when the market's for sure, but Bitcoin will recover sooner. That's all. Sal's a female bear. Thank you so much for saying that. I never knew that. A boar or a sow? You're so sow defends cub. I never knew that. I never knew a sow was a female bear. I just learned something today. Luna C, is it getting busy? It's trying to pump here. Attempting to pump. It's at resistance with the 15-minute, though. And whole market can't get above the 15-minute resistance, just like Bitcoin. Bitcoin's got me sour right now because it can't get above 19,007. You know, that's now it's a resistance point for Bitcoin. Let's get rid of my squiggle lines. I draw them to convey what I'm saying, but then they're all over the place, right? So, I mean, look at this. I mean, I have to say, 50-minute looks to be rolling over. 1 hours could roll over here too and dump you. Could look at this like a bear flag now. Look, I'm going to look at it arbitrarily. Watch this. I keep my other chart up, but I also go back and forth because you never know. I like to stay open-minded, even with myself. So that's a bear flag that wants to dump to the downside, right? Right off like that, 19,000. You just take that, simply put, I'm going to short, not financial advice. I got money both ways trading. I don't concern myself too much with day-to-day price action on my long-term positions. Just DCA when the opportunity presents. I do the very similar thing. Very similar. And I want to make everyone clear. I day trade, I swing trade, and I invest. I want to make it really clear. What made me most of my money in my life? All right? You know what made me most of my money in my life? Long-term holds, baby. As much as I'd like to say it didn't, the long-term holds, but watching the market closely on a day-to-day basis and knowing when to position myself into those long-term holds was the key. I teach this in my trading group. I teach it in my beginner's course. I teach it if you take a one-on-one with me. I break down, if you take a one-on-one with me, it's $300 an hour. And you'd be like, wow, that's a lot of money. How dare you? You know what? But I teach you exactly how I use the charts to become wealthy. And I won't tell you what to do financially. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm going to say, hey, listen, I used a 2-week chart. I started DCAing into Bitcoin here at these places, right? I set a more long-term goal for myself, 4 to 5 years. Began to dollar cost average into Bitcoin. So I'm new here. I got a bad trade at the moment. I don't understand how it's skipped my stop loss. Entry price at 25. Would you let it play out or cut my losses right now? I could never tell you what to do, Crypto Calf. See what I'm saying? I'll be honest. Based on the 22-hour, I am bullish on a bounce back to the top of that trend line. Let me find my actual chart here. As long as Bitcoin stays above 19,400, that's going to be my line in the sand. Then I am somewhat, you see that bounce right there of 19,450? We got a good bounce there. We have strong divergence. So I'm playing the idea that inside this bigger channel, we will head back to the upside. That measured move is 22,000. So I believe that you may be covered, but you got to do whatever makes you happy, man. Never do what a YouTuber is talking about. You got to do your own stuff. I love learning TA, but unsure about actually starting to trade. I hear a lot of horror stories about people losing all their money. I mean, that's why you trade small amounts until you understand what's going on. Marv, the last time I saw an arsenal of TA this good was back in 1987 with Bud Fox and Gordon Gekko with a garden. It was unbelievable. They were going hand-to-hand combat. It was like insanity. Slapping each other left and right. There was 100 technicals in the game. Ended up having a fist fight in the backyard. Out of control. Shout out to the 772 people on the live stream. 484 likes. Can I get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for the love. So look, there's slim pickings today. I'm not going to lie and say there's money everywhere. Today is tough. Slim pickings. We talked about HYVE, though. Remember, HYVE was on my radar? Remember when I said I like HYVE? What made me like HYVE? I mean, we went over HYVE. I didn't really draw anything for it. Definitely was on my radar 2 days ago, though. Why? I mean, it was a token metrics call. DIVI just kept going. It was out of control. Atom 3L got some legs as I made this channel. I mean, that's not a lot of gains, but hey, 16% gains out of Atom 3L is what it is, you know? Funky channel, though. Funky channel. NEER had huge gains to the upside. Look at NEER banging on them to the upside. NEER for how many gains? NEER for 18% gains. And I believe NEER was on my radar. Did we do it on the live stream together? Show me NEER. Show me a NEER chart, baby. Dude, we hit it. I freaking love this life, baby. I began watching this puppy NEER, and it was tight in the channel. If you're in my trading group, I put NEER on your radar. Bang, bang, bang. NEER for 18% gains right off the top. And you could just readjusted this. Nailed it. Look at that. Nailed it. The tight consolidation. You got the MACD, lack of bearish momentum. You have falling volume with falling price. I teach you how to watch the volume. See, a lot of traders aren't teaching you about the volume. They're teaching you like wait for volume, confirm with volume, none of that stuff. I don't teach you any of that nonsense. Oh, wait for volume to be your guide and all that. I think that's weird. I don't do that. I say falling price with falling volume. I want to see that the sellers are falling off before I get in. MACD was close. Stochastics RSI. Bang, bang, bang. You're in my trading group. I put this out yesterday at 9:35 in the morning. Not a little over 24 hours later, we nail it in one of the sketchiest markets in the world. Bang. NEER for 18% gains. I will take any single gain I can put my hands on. And this is not to be confused with NEER with an A. We have NEER with an A, we have NEER with an E. This is 2 double E's. All right? No, well, 1 double E or just double E's. Can you believe some T on sweat economy? It's a walk to earn on NEER protocol. Yeah, it's a walk to earn on NEER, yeah. How much do people spend an hour on vacation at amusement parks with a family of 4? $300 an hour, one-on-one with you to change the rest of their lives? No brainer. Shout out to Work Shuttle. Thank you so much for saying that, man. And the one-on-one with me, I will blow your mind. It is $300, but I'm telling you right now, I will give you so much. And if I don't have another time scheduled, I'll give you an hour and a half. I'll give you an hour and 20 minutes. I'll definitely go over the hour. And I'll give you so much. You can ask any question. How'd you become wealthy? What was the first stock? How, when did you start trading? How did you start trading? What was it? Dude, if I was able to sit with a multimillionaire right now for $300 an hour and ask him any single question I want, I'm going to start doing it. Ben Maher does that for $600. I'm about to call him and hang out with him. Just ask him some questions about real estate. You know what I mean? HBAR's been hot. It's also got some je ne sais quoi going for it recently. One of the few coins that's got something pumping for it, got something going. All right, so we go to coin market cap. And what you want to do is you want to hit current cryptos, and you want to look at the cryptos that are strong today by looking at the 1 hour time frame. Luna Classic, and we put that out. We nailed it for 7%. We've been on this since 2 nights ago. Cosmos, we've been on it. Up again. Kyber Network, we talked about it last night. Not too much gains. Nexo Quant, back above $100. ICP, I can't stand that coin, but Decred, EOS, Tezos, Compound, Phantom. Phantom back in the game at 24 cents. Interesting. Haven't seen Phantom in a while. And then we want to see in the last 7 days what could actually be up. Look, Celsius. Compound is up in the last. Raven coin, which we've been trading on and off. Chili's. So now you got a list of 10 coins. You already got a list of good enough coins, really. You don't really need to touch anything else. You're going to, I'm going to be looking at Cosmos. I'm going to look at Luna, KNC, Quant. These are things I can trade for the next few days. They're showing higher strength against Bitcoin. We'll take a look at HBAR. Now, I talk about HBAR being in this giant inverted head and shoulder that I've been kind of putting it in here for a long time. Thinking they could break to the upside. HBAR did break out. About 32% gains from the bottom here. Also, called a bit of a double bottom there for HBAR. See that? That's a double bottom. Very similar to PSL. Remember, we looked at PSL, like, what could PSL bounce to the upside? Bang, double bottom to the upside. It fell back below the POC, though, which is worrisome to me. 4 hours, very oversold. Take a look at the daily time frame. Daily time frame still pushing down on you. 3-day has some legs. 1 hour is overbought. So, it is tight. I love the song, but I don't like when he says, drink my wine. Because I just think wine gets you messed up. Drinking wine will just make your bones hurt the next day. Some say wine is good. I mean, I used to be the proponent, wine is good for you because, I just don't drink any alcohol at all. I haven't had a sip of alcohol in 2 years. I don't plan on it ever again, I don't miss it, and I don't think, I haven't missed anything from not drinking alcohol. It doesn't really do much for me. So take a look at the 1 hour here. To be a trader, I think alcohol really just gets in the way. I don't think it does anything for you as a trader, personally. So look, that's a tight falling wedge, right? Very, very tight. But it needs to come back to the downside on the 1 hour time frame. Danny, man, that alert just keeps going off. We got to sit and talk. I put that on. It just never stops. So we got to talk about what to do with that. No alcohol, baby. 2018. You're the man, dude. Amazing. Smash that like button. Show support for the best TA channel and all of YouTube. Shout out to David Kettle in the house. Shout out to all my YouTubers. Shout out to everybody here. TWT is about to pop. Thank you for saying that. So HBAR is in a tight channel. Look for it to come on down. Look, it's got one more place. So it could even go a little lower here and end up bouncing off this area here. It usually goes all the way to the low volume node when it drops from the POC. See what I'm saying? So I'm expecting a little more downside possibly, or do we break out on the 15 and do a retest? It is getting tight, and people like HBAR. It's been getting more popular recently. I wouldn't be surprised if it did get a bit of a move. Isn't that weird? I use Zoom. Everything was fine with my audio, but isn't that weird? My audio would have been messed up today had I used that other channel. It would have been telling me that I was way above. It should only appear once. That alert's been going off every 10 minutes for the last 10 days, constantly, ever since I set it. If I showed you my email, the alert goes off constantly, all the time. "37 years old, I had never drank." Wow, that's crazy. "I drank so many times, I found myself in central bookings. I had no idea what happened. I was like, I headbutted people. Dude, I broke my jaw, broke my hand." "Do you only use Zoom for the class?" "Yes, I do." "Sam, I'm trying with no alcohol, and you're right. It's hard to trade when not clear-headed. Thanks for inspiring and encouraging words." Scotty Swing, it's 5 p.m. somewhere, my man. I find that funny, but not funny. Lemon a day keeps the bears away, baby. I can see why you don't miss it. Not one bit, baby, not one bit. Tell us some drunken stories, Sam. You want some drunken stories? You don't want them. All right, I'll tell you guys some drunken stories. All right, real quick. Most people probably, how many people we got here? If I see the retention leave during these drunkens, we got 745 people. I'll tell you a drunken story. I got a bunch. All right, here's one. So I had a girlfriend that got sprayed by a water gun by a bunch of girls. I stepped in between them because they were yelling and screaming, and while I stepped in between them, I separated them. I didn't touch the girls. I just talked to my wife. Some dude said I was touching girls or something. It was crazy, right? It was untrue. It was all on camera, by the way. So I walk away with my girlfriend, and as I'm walking away, guy comes up behind me, and he's like, "Hey, tough guy, huh?" And I'm like, "Dude, what are you talking about?" And I look at him, he starts talking, and I was like, "Go ahead, put a finger on me." I'm like, "Go ahead, do it." I'm like, "Do it." I'm like, "Touch me. See what happens if you touch me." As I'm saying that, his buddy goes behind me, cold cocks me in the back of the head, breaks my jaw. Breaks my jaw, dude. I bite down like this. They didn't even knock me out. Dude, 6'2", puts his hand below his hand. I see it, puts his hand as low as his knee, and haymakers me in the side of the head. It's all on camera. I have it somewhere in the house. I go sideways like this. Someone holds my shoulder. Like, he doesn't even knock me down. I'm like, he hits me harder than he's ever hit someone in his life. I bit so hard, I split my teeth open. I think I'm missing a tooth, but my jaw has split open. So I got a hairline fracture in the side of my face, and I got my teeth split open. And I'm spitting there, and like, they bring me to the hospital, New York Hospital, Queens. Anyway, 2-3 years later, I would see the kid around campus that broke my jaw. And whenever I saw him broke my jaw, I would go freaking crazy. I'd be like, "Man, this guy broke my jaw. I can't believe it," right? So one night I'm drinking, and he comes to the bar, and I see him, and I just attack him. I can't believe it. It's been 2 years now. I have so much pain, so I attack this dude, and he runs out of the bar. His friends grab him. He runs into a car. Somehow he's in a car like down the street, and I'm walking down. I see him in the car. I jump into the window of the car. I'm going at him. They pull my feet out. They drive away. Someone tells me they know where he goes, and me and my friends go all the way over there. And this is true story. He comes out in the rain. He gets on his hands and knees, and he says, "I'm so sorry. All the people that told me to punch you aren't here. I got kicked out of school. My whole life got messed up." You know? A bunch of dudes come out, "Who's Sam?" Blah, blah, blah. They say, "You're about to get shot," because he was at his sister's birthday in Queens. Like, one of his girlfriend's friends was having a birthday party, and I ruined the birthday party. And so they were going to shoot me. Literally, someone asked, "Who's Sam?" Because you're about to get shot. Shooters are coming right now. And in Queens, I'm telling you right now, people get shot left and right, like all the time. And I was in Jamaica, Queens. St. John's was in a hardcore part of Queens. It was no joke, man. I'm telling you, like, people were coming to shoot me, no lie. I didn't even care. I was like, let them come. Like, I was insane back then. So the dude gets on his hands and knees. It's a rainy night. And he's like, listen, I'm so sorry, you know. And he's literally trying to apologize. And I step back like this, and I punch him in the mouth dirty. I shouldn't have. And I go, that's exactly what you did to me. He falls. I didn't get a good shot on him. He kind of falls. My friends grab me. They're like, yo, we got to get you out of here before you get shot. You know what I'm saying? I hate to talk about this stuff. This is just what happened. You know what I mean? And I don't condone violence at all in any way, shape, or form. This is just the story that happened to me in my life. Real story. His girlfriend runs up to me and she says, please, can I come with you? Can I come with you? I want to come with you for the night. And I'm like, his girlfriend literally tries to hang out with me. And I was like, yo, you're treacherous. You are treacherous. And my friend was like, Sam, don't do it. It's not worth it. And we bounced. Crazy story, though. And that's just one of the many. One of the many. One of the many. One of the many. True story. You can ask any one of my friends. Story is 100% true. 100% true. Every single aspect of it was true. I remember Maddie getting out of the car. He shouldn't have got out of the car. My buddy Maddie got out of the car. Another one. Here's another one. Same bar. A few weeks later. I'm taking whatever, you know, bum, bum, bum. I'm banging drinks. I'm out of my mind, hammered, right? Which I don't condone. Don't do this stuff. This is the old me. I'm out of my mind, hammered. And I see a guy arguing with the bouncer who I thought was like, you know, I was cool with the bouncer. And so I grab this dude and I just throw him on the floor. I just grab him by the shoulders and throw him right on the floor. Like, I'm like, yo, man, what are you messing with my buddy for? I just toss this dude on the floor, right? Next thing you know, his buddy comes out of the car with a gun. And he's like, what? Not so far down. He runs right at me with a gun, right? Dude, I go on Queens Boulevard. I start running away. I mean, he chasing me with a gun, man. So I start running away. What you instinctively do, this is what I did. You put your hand on the back of your head when you run away because, dude, that's what you do. I'm telling you right now, when someone chases you with a gun, you put your hand on the back of your head. Why? Because you think by some act, the hand will stop the bullet from going through your head, dude. So I'm running, and I've got my hand on the back of my head, dude. That's how you know it's a true story, because, like, you instinctively put your hand on the back of your head, someone's chasing you with a gun, all right? So he gets me around the corner. I hide, jump over a fence. I'm going to die, man. I jump over a fence. He comes back around the corner, and he points at my buddy. My buddy's 6'7", 6'8" at the time. Well, he's still 6'8", but... And my buddy literally stared at him and was like, go ahead, shoot me in front of everybody. True story. Dude was like, this dude was like 5'10", my buddy's 6'8". He grabs him by the shoulders, picks him up, knees him in the chest, throws him on the ground. We found out it was a fake gun. At the same time, I didn't know when I was running with my hand behind my head, you know. Another crazy story. So again, let's get back into the charts. Enough about the war stories of me. You guys, it is a Friday, I get it. And this isn't as insane, you know. I got another one. You want more? You want more? You want more? I'm 16 years old. All right, I'm in Boston. All right, I'm doing what I shouldn't be doing. I'm doing a little bit of this, you know, I'm smoking with a bowl or whatever with two girls. Two undercover cops come around me and they say, hey, what are you doing? I don't know who they are. I think they're undercover cops. I get scared. I throw it in the thing and I start running. I split between two fences. I hug in. I fall into an alleyway. I come around the corner. At this point, they've called cops everywhere and they're trying to like hold down Mass Ave in Columbus. Dude comes at me, grabs me, throws me against a brick wall, right? I start wrestling with the cop. I don't know why. We're wrestling. He then pulls my shirt over my head, covers me with mace. Like he has my shirt, but I rip out of my shirt. So I have no shirt on now, but he still holds the back of my pants. He covers me in mace all over the place. I run into my job, which I was working at the time. Like I ran the doorbell. I was able to pick up my sweater that was on the ground. I put it on me and I zip it up. So I got no shirt on with a sweater. And I start running. This is crazy, this story, right? I'm running. Yo, I ring the doorbell. I'm like, yo, let me, they're gonna kill me, right? Oh my God, right? The doorbell runs. I just run right into the downstairs. I go into the basement. I was teaching young kids how to surf, how to use snowboards. I was teaching young kids how to snowboard at a place called Youth Enrichment Services. I was dedicating my time to teach young kids how to snowboard. Inner city kids that didn't know, that didn't get the chance. I run in there and I go into the closet and I start putting the snowboards, like I fall into all the snowboards. The cops come in. Boom, 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 boom. I hear them above me on the closet. True story, watch. I'm inside the closet and they're like, I hear them and they open the door to the closet. Now I fall all the way back in and before they get there, I'm like stacking the boards against me and I'm trying to just hide in the back corner of the closet. And I'm sitting there like, so I hear them come in and they're like, And I hear a cop like breathing hard, and he's like, and I'm like, dude, and I hold my breath, and I just sit there. Door closes. I take a big breath. Now I've been running, so I can barely breathe. Like, I'm like hyperventilating, and I'm like, so I'm like, door opens again. I'm like, this guy stops breathing, and he listens for me. He's like, and I go, and I hear him moving stuff, and he's flashing the flashlight around. He comes back out again. Door closes. I'm like, oh my God, am I really going to get out of here? Am I really going to get out of here? You know? So then he comes in again, and he opens the door. I'm like, this is how you know it's a true story. One of the cops had an Irish brogue, right? And he goes, I can smell the mace. Tear the closet apart till you find the effer. And I'm like, dude. And he goes, because mace gives you an orange smell. You smell like an orangeness. So he goes, I can smell the mace. Tear the closet apart till you find the effer. And I'm like, oh my God. And then I hear them open a baton, start moving, and they pistol whip my neck till it was black and blue. They damaged my right collarbone. You know, they whip me out the closet. They throw me on the floor. They step on my back. 200-pound man stepping on my back. Says, give us your hands, you little P-U-S-S-Y. Give us your hands, you know. And I'm like, I can't give you my hand, sir. I said, you're 200 pounds and you're stepping on me, and I can't remove my hand from the floor of my chest, sir. He's like, oh, you're a tough guy now. You're a tough guy now, huh? Slapping me. We could have stabbed you. We would have shot you. We would have shot you. Slapping me on the head. Slapping. Whoever wants to come by, just slapping me on the back of the head. Random dudes slapping me. Like, then when they actually put me in handcuffs, they had to bring me up the stairs. I'll always remember this. Dude took my head and pushed it against the wall and then made my, like, you know, walls are dirty. Like, and literally I cleaned the whole wall with my face. Like, he literally pushed my head against the wall and then dragged me up the stairs. And as he dragged me up, and he wouldn't let me take my head off the wall, like, so as he pushed me up the wall, as he put me up the stairs, he made sure my head was against the wall like this, dragging up the freaking stairs, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll never forget it. Like, I'll never forget it. Then I'm sitting in the cop car, and I'm hurting. My whole arm is killing me. Like, it's in so much pain. And I'm like, dude, like, and he's like, so, you know, you and I was like, sir, I think I need to go to the hospital. I don't feel too well. And he's like, I was there. No one laid a hand on you. He turns around, he goes like this. He goes, I was there. No one laid a finger on you. He goes, you still ready to go to the hospital? And I was like, no, sir. I should have, but, you know, it was what it was. Anyway, that's my story. Crazy stories. Let's move on. Let's get back into the DA. I get it. It's Friday. I wanted to give you guys a little something different. You know what I mean? But I'm a good guy now. I don't do any of that stuff anymore, right? I'm a nice guy. I don't do any of that stuff anymore. I grew up in Boston. It was tough. Marky Wahlberg, bro. It was like Marky Mark. Growing up in Boston, it was crazy. All of us. We were out there fighting all the time. Didn't matter. My brother was fighting. I was fighting. Every single one of us. The whole Wahlberg family. Me and Donnie was to get at it. Me and Donnie would go at it all the time. You know what I mean? I mean, there's so much more. Like, you have no clue what I've been through in my life. I should not be alive, baby. How about the glass door, falling through the glass door, bleeding out my arm profusely? So I had to kick in the emergency room. You've all heard that already. I've told that 100 times already. All the lifers know that one already. Extract, life's a calm, focused teacher. You're funny. Dude, you don't look like you had that kind of life. You look sharp as... More stories. I'll tell you right now, the sharpest, most put together people have the craziest lives, man. I'm telling you. That's how we got so put together. Because we used to be such a mess. You know what I mean? You are here stronger than ever. One dream for only 3 stories, please. So look, HBAR likes to make a move. Let's get back into the charts. I'm so sorry to take us off of focus. You know what I mean? It's not going to make me money talking about these stories. Alcohol, from my experience, only brings up bad scenario. Exactly. That's why they call it spirits, man. Look at the Sunni. Had a bit of a move here. And look, even when it doesn't play out perfectly, I mean, it's the measured move. Look at that. Great stories. Love you. Shout out to ASTR in the house. Stuff for the $10. I've been there too, man. Makes me appreciate my new life that much more. No fear in our hearts because we grew up broke. Exactly, baby. I didn't listen to this channel until he dressed nice one day. You're so funny, man. He looks great now, but go back. He used to wear a tank top with a chain and look like a just dude, man. Imagine if that cop who arrested and beat Sammy Cup in hand, he was here watching the stream. Maybe he is. You never know, man. God bless him. You know what I mean? Same here. No alcohol in 2 years. Yeah. Now I'm a family guy, man. Now I can't bring any of that into my life. We don't need that. We don't need the drama. Look at that. Shoulder, head, and a shoulder. Can we push out? We need a short squeeze. Let's get to BOOKMAP. Fetch AI used to be a hot coin to trade. What happened to it? Fell off. Completely fell off, right? This thing used to be fun to trade. I remember, man. Fetch AI used to be a fun coin. I used to make gains trading Fetch. Who here has traded Fetch a bunch of times? I used to trade Fetch all day long. Thought it might have been a long-term hold at one point. I was honing in on Fetch or Phantom. Thank God I picked Phantom. Mama Moolah. Rough past shape us who we are today. If all that didn't happen, you might not be here with us today. Exactly, Michael. Exactly. Just how legends live. I used to wear all that too. Now I wear a back support. I know, it's funny, right? I regret not listening early. I really regret it. I am sorry. Oh, you really didn't start listening to me until I wore a suit and tie? Like, like you're serious? That's just funny to me. You know what I mean? I don't miss hangovers. Exactly. It's important to share stories like this so others don't make the same mistakes. I agree. You don't need it. You don't need the drama, man. You need to stay focused with a focused teacher. It's important to share stories like this. I mean, so much has happened to me, man. So much has happened to me in my life. I feel your lifer. My whole life is an insane story. You'll get a long testimonial sometime soon. Shout out to Billy, man. I love you, Billy. I can only imagine, Billy. I can only imagine, my man. I can only imagine. Well, Billy was on AGIX, though. What a nice move to the upside. Shout out to Billy. So we nailed NEER. Protocol for gains, baby. Not NEER protocol, actually NEER. I shouldn't say NEER because that will throw us off. It's NEER without the protocol. But we got them. Tight channel, move to the upside, and everything that we go for, bang, bang, bang. Shout out to anyone that jumped on into NEER for gains. And that was just something I was kind of lightly looking at. Just like, this thing could make a bit of a move. You know what I mean? Know what I mean? Yeah, my team is so on point, it's ridiculous. All right, let's move forward. Let's take a look at the world markets here I want to look at the show. If you come to the channel every day, we look at the show. Enough of these stories. I shouldn't tell these stories. It makes people think of me in a different light. I want y'all to see me exactly how you should see me. As the man with the plan. You know what I mean? But they do show you that I'm human. That I have made mistakes before. That I have not always been perfect. Like I am now. No, I'm just... yeah, I mean... 2 hour wants to bounce on us. Just not really... Bitcoin's not looking too good today. I'm telling you right now. Dow Jones down 300 points. Let's take a look at the Dow. Very oversold on the 1 hour and the 2 hour time frame. Beat to the ground. I did say that this is likely to break to the downside. See how I have this? And we went halfway to my measured move. I thought 30,040. We're all the way at 30,500. That would be a huge move. You don't want to lose 500 points in the Dow. It's a pretty big deal. All right. But we had that hidden bullish that's kind of negated. I'm going to take that away now because we needed to stay higher and make a higher high. We did not do that. We did not. Also, what's scaring me here, well, no, it's worrisome, is do we break back inside of this falling wedge? If the Dow breaks back in here, then it's likely to come down all the way to the bottom of the pattern. Let's take a look at our daily. Our daily is attempting for a retest bounce here. So what you really need to see is the Dow bounce off of this diagonal support. Resistance, resistance, resistance. Diagonal support and resistance is a real thing. So you want to see price action break down. Like right here, we have resistance, resistance. You want to see price action bounce off this diagonal line. Right here, we break back in here. We start hanging back in here. We're headed down there to a lower time frame, and that could be a very, very bang low for Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the dollar index. What's happening with the DXY? We showed it to you yesterday. We showed you the double top on the DXY. We showed you the bearish divergence. We talked about how it would be likely if we couldn't get above the zone. We looked at the 1 hour that wanted to pop. Remember this? We had this in a bit of a cup with a handle. It's funny because this is very interesting because it did hit it's the more I had this in a cup and handle yesterday, and I thought I was just being too cup and handly. You know, I thought I was just being like too much Sammy cup and handy because sometimes people get in my head a little bit and they're like, oh, there he is with the cup and handle again. Look what he's doing. But look, had you just played the cup and handle, you would have hit the trade. It's crazy how my cup and handles, they just tend to play out. Every time I defy them and I choose not to use them, I look back and I'm like, damn, I should have played that cup and handle exactly as I played them before. But again, we got bearish divergence now on the daily, on the 1 hour. I mean, it's everywhere on the dollar. It's absolutely everywhere. Almost a shoulder head with a right shoulder in a way too. I mean, this is bear city. And now you're making lower lows at 110. You made lower highs. You had a higher high at 110.77. You could only get to 110.17 here. So you keep making lower highs now after the divergence. That's a good sign that the dollar's collapsing. This is also a good sign that the Bitcoin could have bottomed by now. We look at the 2-week chart for the dollar, and it's at its highest point. It's over. It's spent. Okay? Look how high it is. That's bearish divergence there. On the 2-week chart, you have bearish divergence. That's swinging to the downside while that's swinging up. I mean, that's crazy. On the 1-week chart, you have bearish divergence. On the daily chart, you have bearish divergence. On the 1 hour chart, you have I have never seen so much bearish divvy in my life in one section of time. There's so much bearish divergence. It's ridiculous. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw it on the monthly. Look, you have bearish divergence on the monthly? You really do. My God, I've never seen bearish divergence on the monthly in my life. This would be the first time in my life that I've ever seen bearish divergence on the monthly chart in my entire life. I've never seen it play out because it's such a big time frame. Usually you don't even it has to be such a long-term play out. That tells me that the dollar's dumping all the way back down here to 96, not breaking this trend, not getting above the zone. So I don't think we'll see a dollar, this conveys that the dollar won't be above 110. Look at this. The monthly tells you when the bottoms begin to roll. I mean, when was our last bottom for Bitcoin? Look, I'm going to blow your mind right now. I'm going to put Bitcoin on the monthly, put the dollar on the monthly. Can I add Bitcoin here? CME futures. Doesn't work so well. What I just got, I just juxtapose. It's easier for me. So look, we're going to take Bitcoin on the US dollar index here. All right. Bitcoin USD all-time history index. And we're going to go to the monthly chart for Bitcoin. And you're going to look at the monthly chart for the dollar index. And you're going to see the last time we hit this high. Last time we hit this high right here, right? Look. Where was it? Right here. This resistance where we started to dump. Just this move right here. Look at this. Just this dump in the dollar right here. From I don't know why it won't give me my levels. I want to see the actual number, but so we dropped that. I mean, we dropped, and that's Bitcoin's huge pump to the upside. You see that? Then look, when the dollar starts to pump, that was Bitcoin's dump. The second the dollar can't handle this, we're done, dude. And so look, I mean, I'm just showing you. In 2019, the time to start buying Bitcoin was when the monthly chart was extremely low. These were the accumulation zones for Bitcoin. And this is when the dollar started to have trouble. Right there. we're right here again, everybody. I mean, if you can't see this clearly, that we're about to bottom for Bitcoin in the next couple months, pretty obvious to me, right? And all you got to do is know the charts, baby. Look at Bitcoin's pump every time coincided with the monthly being this high. Most people will never look at the monthly like this. But every time Bitcoin was low, that was a high dollar. Look at Bitcoin had a huge pump. You have to understand that the dollar is not working correctly. It's not an efficient piece of it's not an efficient piece of financial tool. Bitcoin is so much better. It's such a more efficient financial tool. Bitcoin will beat the heck out of it over time. I mean, look at this. Dollar's been trending in such a messy way since Bitcoin's been pumping up. Dollar's been trending down while Bitcoin's been trending up. You can clearly see it. It's obvious. I mean, it's... So to me, I'm buying Bitcoin up the yazoo. And I believe that we're very close to a bottom. Whether it's 10K, 16K, 17K, we're very, very close to a bottom, in my humble opinion, for Bitcoin. So big scale, you could look at all the tiny, tiny minutia. I get it. But the big money is going to be made in the people that start accumulating massive amounts of Bitcoin on these low levels. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. Not that guy saying dude should be taking his advice. I believe, based on the charts, that the big money will be made by the people who are mass accumulating Bitcoin on these low areas. You can then sell it off for Ethereum or another coin. When the market rips up, you'll make more returns, sell back to Bitcoin, end up so wealthy it's ridiculous. And I'm telling you, that's the plan, really. That's how you become wealthy. Use the monthly chart and buy Bitcoin and stay so patient. Most people will never have the patience for this. You got to wait from February 2019 all the way to 2021. You got to wait 2 years to get paid. It's not that bad. So do we have to just wait 2 more years till 2024 to get paid? December of 2024 will be well after the halving of May of 2024. So, once we hit December of 2024, that's when the rally is going to start pumping hard. That's less than 2 years away. I mean, we don't have that much time. 3 months go by, another 3 months go by, then it's a year, then it's a year. Next thing you know, you didn't buy enough coins and you didn't become wealthy. You see what I'm saying? So what people don't realize is this is when you have to start paying attention, but people don't know that because they can't get their mind wrapped on a long-term idea. They can't see things for what they are because they're not always doing it. All right? This is key, this insight that I'm giving you every single day. DJ, man, Portal Rock, I did so many extractions the last 5 or 6 days. And I know you're doing them. I haven't seen any of them. You know what I mean? Like, I look at the channel, and I'm afraid some of them are going to get lost to the wayside, man. Like, I don't write down the ones I do. If you guys aren't writing them down, like Sean, I hope you're just writing down, even if you just don't timestamp it, please write down every trend, because, like, look, we haven't had, I guess we had the ETH merge, ETH pump and dump. All right. But 1-2 days now, no extra video, right? The couple days with no extra video. Sammy's sad, like these 2 back-to-back, no extra video. Here's back-to-back. Oh, there's an extra video. The extra video. You guys are working hard. I'm going to stop. You know what I mean? I want more, man. I always want more. I want to pour on the fire, baby. See how that keeps going off, Danny? It's getting annoying, man. Lifer, it's me again. Love what you do. Shout out to Emmanuel Osawi. Thank you. Everyone, we do a trading group, 24/7 research, charts, videos, beginners, TA, learning library from around the world, learning Lifer trader from around the world, elite charts and ideas. Jump on into the Discord for $99 a month. You'll get so much your way. So much your way. I'm telling you right now, you'll absolutely love it. Sam, total 3 on the monthly, please. I'm thinking 2 to 3 months to the moon. I think you said it on the hourly. Yeah. I mean, Bitcoin can't get above the previous high. Can't get above 19,007, right? 15 minutes about to roll over on you to the downside. It's just strange how crazy this divergence is. It's like when you see bearish divergence and it keeps playing games, it's going to dump on you. Same scenario. It's like if I flip this upside down, it's like bearish, 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 bearish. It's like bearish D that's going to dump. We're starting to kind of mellow out a little bit. I bet the 7 minutes pinned to the ground. It is 7 minutes trying to hold us. I know this is going to be a tough call, but I'm staying bullish for a move to the upside. It may take 12 to 16 hours, maybe even more, and then we have low liquidity in the weekends. What do you see if the hidden bullish divergence and bullish divergence? What if you see hidden bullish divvy and bullish divvy? Hidden bearish. Usually one will have played out already. If you really, really see, they usually don't happen at the same time. You're just confusing yourself. I used to see that, but then I would look and I'd be like, well, the bearish divergence already played out. Really, that won't happen. You're just not looking at it properly. We're not close to the moon yet. We're likely to wait till mid-2024. Then long-term padding suggests we get the next all-time highs in early 2025. Hey, Sam, is BOOKMAP global subscription data useful or global plus? I like them both, man. I like to get as much information as possible, but global will be fine. I believe global will be fine for crypto. All right. Just got to restart BOOKMAP. I had an update that had to run real quick. I'm still bullish. I know it doesn't seem because I'm such a divergence trader that I stick to my divergences. I just stick to my divergences, and that is a very look. It's a carry on triple divergence. It's been going all the way since here. I'd be so surprised if this doesn't bounce somewhere up into this area and get above into my circled zone. I'd be very surprised. I will, and I'll be like, hey, I was wrong. It's just so unlikely from the years and thousands of hours that I put into this and all the probabilities that my mind's doing right now, and it's just saying, you know, based on probability, Sam, that's a strong divergence that wants to pump. So I don't defy divergences no matter what I see, you know. That divergence is telling me the most information that I need to know. We look at BOOKMAP, and we take a look at the liquidity and where the zones are. And see, I'm going to just stay on TA. See, I told that story. No one needs to hear that story. A bunch of people came in to watch TA. They heard that story. They left my channel. You know what I mean? We probably would have had more people watching the live. And that's what I get in between on. Like, sometimes I just want to be myself, but I can't. When I'm myself, people don't want to stay here. My wife says, you're a computer. Do what the people want. They want charts. They don't want to hear your story about running into the closet. They don't want to hear about you bleeding all over the floor. Some of you connect and some of you like it, but a lot of people come in and just don't care. You know what I mean? But some days I want to be a person. Some days I don't want to just be a computer. Some days I don't want to just be a blah, 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 blah. You know, I want to be who I am. You know what I mean? Hey, how you liking that new computer? Let's see that bad boy. I always talk about that bad boy all the time, man. I kind of want to show it off right now in its entirety. You know what I mean? You're funny, man. Anytime you ask me about this thing, I'll show it off. Like, I got a tray for it and everything. You know what I mean? Hold on, let me see if I can, bring you into the studio, guys. Look, you're in the background. This is me. I'm in the studio, baby. Look, the wall is green. That entire wall is green. So that's why you see the charts on the wall. Isn't that nuts? Because I made the wall green. If I flip this light on the wall, I could do like TA... You know, like, look, hold on. If I make this TA, this is crazy stuff, but I painted my wall green. So look, I could be doing like weather stuff, like a weatherman, because I was thinking about this the other day. I can be like, so here we are, folks, and, you know, Bitcoin's coming down. You know, I got to do it right, but I think Bitcoin's here, and, you know, we're on the weather here, blah, 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 because this whole wall is green, like this entire wall. Like, I painted the entire wall green in the house. It's crazy. I could be doing really different live streams. I could be doing interactive wall live streams. Who knows? Well, you guys are... I'm nuts today. I'm in a different form today. There's the computer in its entirety. This thing is beautiful. All right? Thing is so money. I love this thing. I love this thing. And look, I can change these colors. Put this button here. Now it's solid. Now it's red. And then this one will give me like a light show. This one's doing a crazy show now. Look at that. So cool, man. I love this thing. And this is amazing. These are uplift desks. You got to get yourself a stand-up desk, right? You hit a button, lower the desk. Hit a button, raise the desk. So good for your back as a trader. And then they came with this awesome, that was a shelf that perfectly fit the computer. An inch any other way, it wouldn't have fit. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. So I feel like sharing today. It's the end of the live. I like to share between 11:50 and like 12 o'clock, if you don't mind. You know what I mean? Yeah, wireless mic, weatherman style, and your stories show you are real. Too many crypto plants, paid shillers. It shows the charts in the green light. LOL. Ledger device. Get a like from Mar Fluxy. Yeah. I love your stories and only been trading for 4 weeks. Made 3 out of 4 small trades learning from you. Can't wait to take the class with you next Saturday. Yeah, buddy. Sam, the green screen weatherman style is dope. I know, right? Need to get to know the person behind the charts, in my humble opinion. Okay, cool. Where's Mrs. Lifer and all the little lifers? Well, one lifer's at school. The other one's upstairs. Mrs. Lifer's here, though. She's around. She's around. She's around. Sam, what % of the live do you want to spend on the charts versus all the other stuff? Well, I'm going to spend 100% on the charts, man. Just today, I'm having fun, man. It's one stream out of 100, man. Can you show your laptop again? Do you have an affiliate Amazon page so we can follow your setup? That's smart. My laptop's official, all right? If you want a new laptop, this thing is amazing, all right? This is the ROG. This thing is $2,700, man. It is a beast. Look how thick it is. Has an LED light that comes on. I love this laptop. It's beefy. It has what you need. 17-inch. Stays super cool. Can handle my live. I live stream on this thing when I travel, man. This is how we do the live stream. Like, can you believe that? Something that thin can handle all that workload? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. This is an Uplift desk. Uplift is the best desk in the world. Bless you, brother. I enjoyed the stories. Lifer, if you could give your younger self advice, both personal and with the charts, what it would be? It'd be don't get so emotional over tiny moves. It'd be zoom out a lot and really look for big time ideas, you know? So... Luna Pump initialized. We lost Marv. We did? Oh, yeah. You're funny. We lost Marv when I moved the camera. Anyway. Dude, Adam's still got legs right now. It's interesting. Look at Adam making a flag here. When in doubt, flag it out. That thing could continue to go up to the upside. Saw my radar last night, too. Super Chats, Bitcoin 3S, ELF, and HOTCROSS. I know that's HOTCROSS. That reminds me of Billy McDonough, because he was looking at HOTCROSS last night. He was an ELF guy, too, right? ELF is high risk. I saw you looking at it. I mean, it could pop for sure. Just high risk. Look at the way the liquidity bars are. You know, whenever I see... candles that don't look full like this, I know it's going to be tough to get in and out of the trade. I'd be careful with the low liquidity on this just by looking at those candles. So it makes me not want to trade it. So I personally wouldn't trade it based on the volume. To me, not enough volume personally, you know. Any advice to stay on a market maker if it's in the green or take profits on an MM? I don't know what an MM is. Sam, you're awesome, but honestly, your streams are too long. Might want to go the George way. 2 1-hour live streams a day. Eugen, you know what I mean? Don't tell me what my streams are, man. Come on. Like, get a life, bro. I appreciate you, but get a life, all right? Don't tell me what to do with my live stream. Defiance disorder kicking in immediately. Don't ever tell me that my streams are too long. Get a life, man. I wouldn't do that to you. Like, I wouldn't walk into your live stream and be like, hey, man, I like your streams, but they're too long, bro. Just keep it to yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? Go tell a friend. Go tell a friend, bro. You know what I mean? Sam, you're awesome. And if your stream was 4 hours long, I'd still be here. See? See what I'm saying? I don't listen to the nonsense, man. If I listened to people like that, I wouldn't be here. So many people are like, yeah, I don't think you should stream. I don't think you should do that. You know how many people have an opinion on what you should and shouldn't do? 90% of those people don't do a damn thing. They sit on their butt all day and don't do a damn thing. I'm not saying that the guy said that does do that, but I'm just saying, enough is enough. That dude is whack. Short attention span. You guys are funny, man. Why not just stream 24/7? He could easily leave when his time is up. Is he here for 4 hours as well? Your streams are too short. I'm thinking 6 hours a day, maybe 3, 2 hours long. Do it right now. Don't tell me what to do. Inflation is so high in Quahog, I might consider letting go of Brian. Inflation is so high in Quahog, I might have to let go of Brian. I mean, the food's too expensive for Brian. We're trying to buy all the dog food. Loish, I think we're going to get rid of Brian. As if his life is based on Lifer's live streams, man. Sam, I like your stream, but I think they're too short. Yo, Sam, it's true. If anything, we need way more time with you, man. Shout out to Anthony, man. I love you, brother. 48 hours a minute. Billy McDonough, I just figured he would do both, and you could make a decision based on what he said on the 2. Sorry. Imagine Lifer for live 10 hours and helping us make money all day long. AKRO, Acropolis, Frankie Legend, SUTER on my radar again, Jedi Mind. Thank you for the $2 super chats coming on in from Frankie, Legend, and Jedi. Head-mounted GoPro, Lifer Advanced Plan Stream. The type of guy who complains in a restaurant that portions are too big. Too much food for my money. Wow, I heard that from the door leaving the house. Why would you say that? If it's too long, why are you still watching it? I type like gorilla. You guys are funny, man. Make my day, man. You all make my day on a Friday. You make my day on a Friday. Harold 3S in a falling wedge with some bullish divergence. Could that break up to the upside? There's a chance. ALEPH is sketchy to me, Billy. ALEPH is sketchy. Let's take a look at HOTCROSS. HOTCROSS also sketchy because it's very small. Doesn't have a lot of liquidity. You know what I mean? I don't chase. You like chasing these. I've noticed you, Billy. You like. Me and your trading styles are completely different. I won't go after something that's all the way at the bottom. You don't. You have a lot more balls than me. I'll be honest. It's hard to say. I mean to be rude, but you have more guts than me. I don't have it in me anymore. When I was a young trader, man, I was pulling out. But see, I wouldn't touch this until it gets above the resistance. Like, I will not touch HOTCROSS till it gets above here. I think this thing is just, it could be a zero project that never comes back. The stream is long, but I can't stop watching and I don't want it to end. Can you check YFI? Link is pumping. Let's take a look at Link. USDT here. Chain Link on KuCoin. And could Link be the catalyst to get the rest of the market moving? I mean, this is that ugly pattern that everything is in. You know, Atom's in it. Link is in it. It's about that daily. Can that daily break you? And can the 4 hour get it going? Four hours overbought, telling me that we're done. We're cooking. We're cooked. I'd say this was coming back down. I don't know about a pump. And you're at resistance, just like Bitcoin. I personally would wait for this. See, what the problem is, people see this, they take a picture and they say, oh, he said it was going up, just because they see this image. In retrospect, I'm saying I would not get in until we get to the bottom of the pattern. And we go near this POC area, right? That's what I'd look at. Then we may maybe a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, too, that could break on out. So I'm looking for a buy into Link at about 731. All right? That's what I'm looking at. Atomatic and more on a falling wedge waiting for Bitcoin. Yeah. I like your stream, but can you stop the TA? It's funny. ALEPH and HOTCROSS sound like they were doomed from the inception. You're funny, man. No, and it's even ALEPH. It's ALEPH with ALPH or something. Like, it's not even the other way written right. You think it is. It's like ALEPH, ALEPH, you know. So look, everything is in the similar pattern that you know, the bigger pattern is in, because it's symmetrical. All right. So look, Bitcoin symmetrical triangle is the short symmetrical triangle. Let me just adjust this top trend line. So there you have it. You're here, right? and you're at the bottom of the channel. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. A little messy here. There's one more in there that I don't need. So look, this is the short. You're trying to see if you can make some money on the short today. Short did break out on the 4-hour time frame. 39% gains for the Bitcoin short. Not too shabby, right? Now, that's in the last like 16 to 28 hours. Look. 1 hour still pointing to the upside inside of a flag here. So it does look like you could scalp a short in my humble opinion. I'll look at the 15-minute. And this would be it. And this would be the Bitcoin falling out of that bear flag to the downside. 15-minute does want to push up, but you're out at resistance here too. And lack of liquidity could just keep you sideways. But if anything breaks out, it looks like the short does look more scrumptious than Bitcoin. And Bitcoin's having trouble getting above the zone. So the short could play out here for Bitcoin to the upside for sure, right? You do have resistance right here at 161, all right, for BTC. HNT, if I may, out of the country, super chat not working right now. It's a great way to try to scheme. I get it. I get it. I get it. You were watching Labs with Adam too, right? A little bit, maybe. I'm following with HOTCROSS with the same path every time. Pumped. Did it to simple process. Just need to wait. Yeah, I don't know. You could be 100% right. I'm not feeling it. Shout out to everybody here on the streams. You still here. Love all you lifers. Haha. Too much gains. You're watching HNT. HNT. I want to look at HNT for sure. So this short could play out. That's how the short would play out. Stop loss beneath one of these two lows. Like I always go for the secondary low. You do whatever makes you happy. There's also a high volume node there that could protect you for a minute. When I was pushing up, but look at that 15. I mean, I'm in the 4 hour. I tend not to open up shorts with the 4 hour, but it's trying to flip right there. So it could tell you that you're getting a flip. But I just like to open shorts down here below the dotted line. To me, it's a little extended. However, it does say that we could get to the top of this channel before we come back down, you know? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate you all. Do you like HOTCROSS buns? Talk to us about KuCoin shares. Seems to be on sale and a wallet. I love KuCoin shares. I bought it at $1 when it first came out. I sold it at like $17.74 and I never really looked back. You know, total 3 on the monthly candles. I mean, it's going to look very similar to total on the monthly 3. You know what I mean? Well, here, we were looking at total recently. And the idea was we had to get back above $400 billion. That was going to be a big deal. We got rejected. We couldn't get above that zone. 380 really. Fell back again, but we're trying to make a higher low, attempting to bounce off this area. And we lost this big time support region too. So 362 billion must hold. That's a double bottom there. Sketchy business if we don't hold that. You know what I mean? It is a falling wedge. I want to see a break to the upside. You said the monthly chart. Monthly says it's time to slowly accumulate. Now, doesn't mean it's perfect time. Monthly can kind of stretch you on. Like, see, you could go up, but usually that's pretty much your bottom area. A lot of people don't realize where we are on the bigger time frame. Also, swing down to swing down, swing up to swing up. That's hidden bullish divergence. Tells you that the trend will continue to the upside, that you're in a pretty good trend. On the big scale of things, I mean, since you were down here, you're back up here, the altcoins are continuing to move. They had a, just like an altcoin, it has a surge, it comes back down, and that's hidden bullish divergence on the monthly. 1 to 17 gains. Oh yeah, I made massive gains, but it took like 4 years. It took 4 years. It wasn't an easy trade. It wasn't like I held it for a day. It took 4 years to make those 17%, you know. Do you have time for another super chat? I got one more. And I don't think I got all of them done yet, right? VPNs work for supers in case you have trouble sending one. See that? And VPNs are free. Some of them are free. Pure VPN. I use NordVPN. Very easy to use. It's like $89 for 3 years too. Saturday here, baby. I still got the game to watch. Can't leave the lifer. OMG. What game are you watching on a Saturday? I'm not great at this and nothing compared to you, but it seems to me that many coins are developing an inverse head and shoulders on the 8-hour time frame. I see it, and I see it on multiple. I see it on the total market cap. I can use my NordVPN to switch to Singapore and SuperChat. Yes, you should be able to be. Let's take a look at Acropolis. Someone asked about AKRO. Acropolis. And I believe it is here on KuCoin. Acropolis. Recently had it in a bit of a flag. Looks like we hit that target. It's bottomed out very, very horribly. It is holding a higher low, though, like most coins. I mean, they're all at the bottoms. It's double bottomed here. To me, the daily's overbought, though. And you didn't get above a previous high, which tells me you're likely to probably come down. So I'm believing Acropolis would come down here to the bottom of the channel first. Otherwise, it's going to break up and bounce off the POC. I wouldn't trade it. I would enter here or here. The only two ways I would enter this once the daily is oversold. That's the safest way to play Acropolis, and that's it. It's the easiest thing for me to say and do. I don't really have to do much more on that. Sam, thank you for your stream, spreading your knowledge and life experiences. Love for life and success. I appreciate you. Shout out to Legend24. Thank you. Could you check VRA, please? Your insight into Atom would be useful. Thanks. I already talked about Atom in depth many, many times. I love it. It's going to be an interruptible hub. It's an amazing product. It's an amazing coin. Atom. All right. I accumulate it and I hold it long term. Sam, I love your stream. They're never long enough. I know, right? Now we have to go for 10 hours. We're going to go all the way to 5 o'clock today, everyone. 5 more hours. Let's get it going. Bit's just going down as long as interest rates stay up. You the man, Sam. Shout out to Abdominal Rain Man, Spaghetti Regmetti. All right, and let's take a look at one last thing here. Acropolis SUTER, which may be ready for another move. We took SUTER for gains recently. Is it ready for more? Let's take a look. So it had a bunch up there. So let's look at what I saw happening. So we had SUTER. We hit it for gains, 108% actually. Came back down, resetting on the 4-hour time frame. I mean, I pulled that fib, and it's still in that 786 now, coming back down. Double bottoming here for SUTER. A little sketchy. Almost want to say, all right, it fell out of the pattern. Is it bearishly retesting this top trend line? It's a weird pattern for sure, you know? Oh, my ABBC. I'll teach that to the trading group, though. I'm not going to give that out today. That's for the trading group. I have some deep insight into that coin, and I'll put an update to the trading group today. What's your idea on sweat coin? I mean, we took sweat for gains. So you're almost looking for a retest here to the upside, which is strange. Like, you're almost saying, like, this falling wedge could break out. Bit of a cup with a handle, now that I see, and could break out here to the measured move. My biggest pet peeve ever is someone, Jedi, I love you, but you said it's making a diamond again. Just put the ticker. I can't follow what you said or what someone else has said. SUTER bouncing off the 889, making a diamond. Last diamond it paid me. I posted my chart in the Discord. Okay. Making a diamond again. Like you had, I see what you're saying. You're saying this was the diamond here. Right? And it bounced, came in, bounced out the diamond. And now you're saying, like, bear with me, right? Because I'm extrapolating. I think I'm doing a good job. Sorry. And then your next idea is that this is a diamond. Something like that, right? Is that what you're doing? I'd have to say, I don't generally see that as, my subconscious mind doesn't generally see that as a diamond. But it could be. Anything is possible, right? Something like that, and it breaks to the upside, broke back in. I get it. That's a very far-fetched diamond for me, personally. A little much. I'll tell you what. I mean, we broke this high-volume node. What if we go all the way back down to this POC first before we bounce again? After getting rejected by these areas. Somewhat of a double bottom here. I'm not a fan of the setup. I don't know why. And I hope it pumps for you. Something in me just it doesn't fit my trading style at the moment. SHIB Inu is dropping below the POC. Should I expect more downside? Entry was at 1.3, but 4 seems to go back up. Love for Wifer. Shout out to Laura. Thank you for saying that. Anytime you lose a POC, Laura, it's usually a good chance that you're going to see more downside, hands down, you know. So look, we took SHIB for recently to the target, and I haven't looked at it since, not once. Let's take a look at it here. You know what I like, though? The 3-hour POC is holding. You see that? Pretty close. See, I'm bullish on the whole market in the 4-hour time frame. 4 hours looking like a big move is coming, for sure. Do we extend a little lower and bounce here? Yeah, we are right below the POC. I see that. Not a good sign. I want to see us get back above it. But you're in a falling wedge. And look, you even have the bullish divergence here. I mean, that's bullish divergence there. It's like swinging up. Not really. Okay, no. There it was there, though. Was it? Yeah. Swing up, swing down, and saying that was your bottom. You're trying to break the bottom of the bullish divvy, though. I mean, if it breaks this, expect a bounce right here off this lower node. Look at your daily time frame. What's your daily saying? Your daily wants to move. I like it. And then pull a fib here. I mean, you're right in the golden pocket. You're about to enter the golden pocket area. This is interesting. Maybe we go a little bit lower. SHIB looks like it's getting ready. That's somewhat cup and handle-esque. Savvy cup and addy. That's somewhat cup and handle-esque, too. Like, it's got, It's a little stretch for me to call it a cup and handle. Even Sammy Cup and Handy that's a stretch for me. I could see it bouncing to the upside, though. The 4 hours very oversold, and so is the daily. That's when I like to see a big reversal to the upside. Let me jump into Bitcoin, everyone, and then I'm out of here for the day. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a freshie for my own brain. I do a lot of charts, and I go back and forth, and I do a lot in my brain. So for me, I'm doing this for me right now. This is for me, personally. Like, you guys can watch, but this is what I have to do for myself. All right? So here's my next area that we're going to contend with. Here's the zone that we bounced. Previous high, right? Which we should get a bounce from. I'm not a fan that we're below these nodes, and when you do that, you head to the next volume node at 10,800. So, and this has been very accurate recently. So, like, this whole area kind of needs to hold so we can get back above here. If not, we do head to here. And that's how I trade, so simple as that. So now I know my big boy support and resistance areas. And then I know we must get above 25,500 to remain bullish. Like, that's going to be our line that we got to get back above. This is a giant double bottom, hands down. All right. We've bearish engulfed in the daily, which is horrible to the downside. The daily's trying to bend. See that bend? But I've also seen it just... and a massive dump to the downside. This could be the one. We got this going here. Look at that. Bearishly retesting the support area, right? Measured move takes you all the way back right to there, to 13,000. I'm not saying this is happening. I'm giving myself everything. See? Like right now, you're just watching me talk to myself. Now, this is what I do for myself. All right? That's why when people watch it, like, oh, this is what he said. It's like, well, this is what I do for myself. You're just watching me do what I do for myself every day. I need to do this for myself. The live stream that you guys watch, same thing I need to do every day. So 13,900 is our measured move. Look, we fell out. We bearishly retested, fell back. We bearishly retested again. That's interesting. All right. And see, now when I open it up, I see things that I didn't notice before. Then I see I got this falling wedge. I feel like we broke out. We're retesting this angled part of the falling wedge here. Do we include this in the wedge? To me, no way. To me, we hit, we're bouncing off the angled resistance there. So then I switch to my 4 hour, which is pushing up, but we're not getting above the resistance. And to me, the 4 hour is making what's called a bear flag. I'm actually gonna get rid of my green zone because I just want to see price action clean. That is a bear flag that breaks down. Hands, 17,000. That would give you a lower low. All right. But until we break 18,800 area, 18,005, we remain bullish. We could double bottom off that. Anything could happen. So it's like you're not in the house till you break through the door. You know what I mean? You didn't break through the door yet. So what do you can't. So here's your measure move for Bitcoin. So what you're going to see is if the 4 hour gets up and starts to roll, I'd be shorting this. So it's very simple. You're looking for the 4 hour to close a candle above 19,090. If it doesn't, you must, a trader must short the market. Because you're getting confirmed that you can't get above the zone. This is just like the short we made at 22,000 at 21,008 for the 22,000 stop loss. And the stop loss could be right here at 20,005. Open the short at 19,009 with a stop loss. I put a stop loss at 20,600, 20,550, right? And dump to the downside. So right now I'm looking at a short. I hate to say more likely than anything else because we're just not able to get above the zone. What's keeping me from believing that the short may not play out is this bullish divergence. Okay. And then at the end of the day, I still have this pattern to play that I keep pointing out, which to me is a symmetrical triangle. All right. So, we're watching this level so closely. If we fall out, I'm looking for a bearish retest, and I'm going to short the market. If we stay up here, 4 hour candles start to close, we get above 19.8, I'm going to long back to the top of the pattern. And that's Bitcoin in a nutshell, everybody, and that's what I got. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications so you can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then we're already doing the right thing. We did the ETH stream at 3 in the morning. You may have just watched me for the first time this week. I am exhausted. I have worked so hard this week. I'll tell you that right now. I've put in hundreds and hundreds of hours of work. You all have all done the same. I'm super excited to be here with each and every one of you. I couldn't do it without each and every one of you showing up. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I greatly appreciate it. I'll see you all tomorrow on the next live stream. Remember, it's tomorrow at 8 p.m., but I do an update in the morning. Get ready for my update. It's usually around 8 to 9. I'll see you there. Be safe. We did it again, baby. We did it again.